chiming in, could you do me the favor and just like the page and share the page if you can? Much love. Today we're talking about the topic is going to be about I mean, I was just thinking about this. Do you think social media changed the way people date? Has social media actually made dating more difficult? Has it destroyed dating or did it make it even better? You let me know. We're going to be discussing that. I want your views on that. I want those who are single, those who have maybe found a partner online on social media. I want to know from your perspective. All right. Just let me know. What do you think? What do you think? Has social media made dating better? Has social media actually destroyed dating? For those who are definitely in the dating world, I would love to hear your opinion on that. Or is it actually exposing the problems and the issues of dating? Is that a possibility? One thing I realize is that for women, it has been social media has given women a lot of options, a lot of options to the point where they make themselves, I think social media make women feel like they have a lot of options. That's what I should say. Make them feel like they got a lot of options because a lot of guys are always in their DMs. I mean, there are women that's getting so many DMs, getting so much attention from off of social media. It makes them really feel like they have potential options for mates or for partners. Check this out real quick, which was a great point this brother made.
But she showed me her Bumble messages. And her profile wasn't anything special. She wasn't, overly sexualized or whatnot, because like that's not her as a person. And she had 400 Bumble matches and was juggling 15 conversations. And I was like, how do you determine who gets your time? And she said the words that it should have clicked, and I didn't notice until I heard it, and then it just made sense. I juggle the conversations when I'm bored.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. So the other men are reduced to, I get your time when I'm bored. That made me go, the average person should not be on dating apps. If somebody who's a self-proclaimed 5 is juggling conversations and basically relegated you to something that she does when she's bored. But
That's a
she
deep
showed
point.
me.
That's a deep point right there. Very, very interesting. Juggling all types of DMs because she got so many options. I want to ask a question. Do you think social media made dating, especially in the dating market, made it difficult for sound relationships or made it even harder? Another question far as dating in this social media era. Peace, what's going on? Edits. Peace and blessings. When it comes to social media, what are some of the things that you would say makes it harder What are some of the things that you would say makes it much easier in the dating world? Are there more issues now coming up dealing with social media as far as being in relationships or trying to get in relationships? One of the situations I think comes up a lot, what I see a lot of people are getting into as far as issues is concerned in dating. If you like somebody's picture, if you put a heart on somebody's picture, whether it's the man or the woman, you get some pushback for that. That's a whole nother element in the dating world now. Oh, I seen you like such and such picture. And Facebook or whatever social media even shows that you actually liked. It will be like, oh, such and such liked such and such picture. And sometimes they share that information. Facebook shares that information with others. And now your girl or your wife or your person that you're actually trying to date sees that you like Sharon's picture. Sharon has a bikini on. That's a whole nother element now in social media as far as dating is concerned. Peace and blessings. What's good with you? Marco, peace. Um, so another question. We're talking about social media and dating. Should couples give out their passwords? Should couples share their passwords? A whole nother element to dating, a whole nother dynamic to being in relationships now. Social media. How do you go about dealing with someone who has pages or dating sites who has profiles on many dating sites, and they actually mate not mate but they fit a person's profile. He or she may have 120 different people that match them. Does it make people feel like anybody that they deal with, does it make people feel like they are replaceable to the point where they now don't cherish the relationship as they did many years ago because it seemed like it's so easy to replace someone? All right. Some men feel like it's easy to replace a young lady because of social media, because of all of the DMs he may be getting, or all of the cooperation he may be getting from him being in other people's DMs and feel like he can replace them. Yeah. So, what do you think? Do you think that actually um, having options like that make it a problem or make it easy for you as a person who's actually dating? Edit says no. Peace and blessings. What's good? What's your thoughts on that? Another question. I'm going to just throw out a few questions real quick. We talked about should couples share their password? What is one relationship rule you'll never compromise on? What is one relationship rule you will never compromise on? Another question. You can always answer these questions later on. If you come on later watching this video, you can always put your comment on the comment board. Should a person date somebody that has an OnlyFans page? These are some of the things you have to be concerned about nowadays when dating. These are some of the things you got to be concerned about. There was a situation where a young lady was married, supposedly or allegedly, and she got on stage with Chris Brown. After she got on stage with Chris Brown, Chris Brown goes in. He definitely marinates young women. She got marinated in one of Chris Brown's shows. Because social media promotes things like this and they actually see this constantly on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and all types of social media outlets, they seeing things promoted that Chris Brown is doing this and doing that. Usher putting cherries in ladies' mouths and things like that. Other women or young women want to do that as well. And it seemed very enticing. It seemed intriguing. It seems fun and all that. But this particular young lady had went to one of the shows and she was on stage doing this, as they would say, doing the most. Okay. Now,
flashback.
Just imagine your wife is on the stage with Chris Brown and she thinking this is just entertainment and fun, and don't expect the boyfriend or the husband or the man or somebody she's dating to not look at this in a negative way. Instead, she will say, "Oh, you're jealous? Do you think a man will take her serious because she's on stage with Chris Brown doing things like this? Do you think he will take her serious and say, this is definitely going to be my partner? This is going to be my wife." This is what social media is doing. So moving forward, after that show, the husband wanted a divorce. There was a divorce from what I read on this. I don't know how true this story is, but I'm just going off of what was said regarding this video. Do you think he should have divorced her because of some entertainment, a night out that she was out chilling or whatever and enjoying herself? Do you think he should have divorced her because of that? Was he looking in the future, looking to see if she did this, what else would she do? Especially if I'm not there. What's your thoughts on that? Has social media changed the dynamics of the dating world? Or is social media actually exposing a lot of things about the dating world? Good evening. Peace and blessings. Your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that? If you want to call in, you can call in. That's fine too. Again, there are people that's thinking they have a lot of options because people are in your inbox You get a chance to actually see people up front, not their real self, but someone else. They got time to make themselves up. You know, guys are fronting like they got money. They flash your money on Instagram and cars and all that stuff. So you don't really know who the person is. You're only seeing the better part of themselves. You're seeing the flashy side. You're seeing the side they want you to see. You don't really see their character. You don't see their true self. You don't see the side of them when they get upset and angry. You don't see that side. So is there delusion, cap when it comes to social media and trying to find a significant other? Has it made dating harder? Is it has it gotten harder to date because of social media? What are some of the rules nowadays when it comes to social media? See, these are a whole bunch of different things that you got to be concerned about in dating now. So trust and believe. If you got a decent person with you or partner with you, it might be a good thing to hold on tight, because you don't know what you're going to end up when it comes to dating when you're trying to date through social media. Once again, I'm going to play this video with this guy talking about the young lady who had a whole bunch of DMs.
Sexualized when I, cause like that's not her as a person. And she had 400 Bumble matches and was juggling 15 conversations. And I was like, how do you determine who gets your time? And she said the words that it should have clicked, and I didn't notice until I heard it, and then it just made sense. I juggle the conversations when I'm bored. And I was like, wow. So the other men are reduced to, I get your time when I'm bored. That made me go, the average person should not be on dating apps. If somebody who's a self-proclaimed 5 is juggling conversations and basically relegated you to something that she does when she's bored. But she showed me her Bumble messages. And her profile wasn't anything special. She wasn't, overly.
So she may have passed up so many different guys because she feel like she has so many different options because so many people hitting her up, because she thinks everybody that she deal with is replaceable. And some guys may feel that same way because so many women are responding to him in DMs and his DMs or in her DMs. He feel like everybody that he get with, they are replaceable. So could social media have put in that mentality on people to make them think that they got mad options? But in reality, they don't. Because when you end up with certain people and you just see from the outside who they are on social media, because that's a whole different persona. And then when you get with them in a relationship, you start to see that, they're not what you think they were. So I believe social media have definitely changed the dynamics of relationships. Oh yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go back to those questions real quick. Is liking somebody's profile picture, um, is that disrespectful? Is that disrespectful for your partner to like the opposite sex profile picture. See, back in the 80s, the 90s, early 90s, you didn't have social media. So that wasn't something that was added into a relationship that was a problem. It's now people are arguing over someone liking their picture or them liking someone's picture. That has become a thing now with social media when social media came about. So now people are arguing over who picture you like. Why you got a heart instead of a thumb? That becomes an argument. And this new dating world. That's very interesting. Big time. Should you date somebody who got OnlyFans? People are dating people and not realizing they have an OnlyFans, whether it's a man who has the OnlyFans or a woman who has the OnlyFans. That's something now you got to look into. And that's something you got to, see if that's what's going on. Yeah. The social media has an effect negatively or positively on the dating market, the dating world. Now, here's another question for you. Is emotional cheating just as bad as physical cheating? What's your thoughts on that? Is emotional cheating just as bad as physical cheating? You can answer that question. Put it on the comment board if you like. This is going to be real quick. This is going to be real quick. Going back to the other question I asked. What's the thing that you feel like you're not going to compromise on? What rule that you feel like in a relationship that you're definitely not going to compromise on? Dating in this modern society with social media. Social media is a dangerous thing, man. It can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing when it comes to dating. Do you know people when they're trying to date someone and they meet someone, people actually grab a picture and they'll send it real quick to 4 or 5 of their friends and say, you know him, you know her, and they hit them back with all types of stuff. You don't know what you're getting into when you're dealing with social media as far as dating. It's a whole nother dynamic to it. It's a whole nother stream of issues with it when you're dating. So be careful. If you would like to go ahead and answer those questions I put out there, go ahead and answer them. And I'll see you soon on some other topics that I got going. Much love and respect. Keep doing your thing. Please go to YouTube and press subscribe on YouTube over there at David Adams Podcast. I got a lot of content I'm pushing. I just came on here just to throw this out here real quick on a live tip right now. But you guys stay strong. Keep doing what you're doing. Much love and respect, and enjoy this life. I'm out. D.A.P. Peace.